Time for some more Toy Tuesday with some cool memorabilia. Obviously, on Tuesdays, we do toys, cans, signs, anything automotive memorabilia related, and that's what we've got tonight. Huge tote. We're not going to get through all these tonight. In fact, I've got a couple totes of these to go through. These are a collection of Kansas-based oil cans that I bought a year and a half, 2 years ago. We've been through some of them, but I had 3 huge totes of them. Hey, there's Pete. So a lot of them to go through. These kind of got buried. I was picking some stuff up in the shop. It was raining today and kind of dug down to these. It's like, you know, we really need to finish those out. I've got some other stuff over there I was going to get out tonight. I was like, let's start working through some of these. These things have been around for a long time. We need to get worked through them. There's Kevin L. So that's what we're going to check out tonight. Like I said, we're not going to get through even this tote tonight, I doubt, because it's full. And there's a lot of cans in it. But there's a lot of cool stuff in it as well. So let me go ahead and get it propped up here, start digging through it, check out what we've got. Dan from Defiance is here with us. And when I say we got a lot of cans, we got a lot of cans. And this is one tote. Now, like I said, this is a collection I bought at a swap meet, a local swap meet. Peter from Down Under here with us. Big jobs on. 50 for the whole tub. Yeah. Some of these are older, some of these are newer. These are all round court. But when I bought this collection, this was all Kansas-based stuff. So that's how I came about it. I got it at the Hutch swap meet a couple years ago. So we're going to just kind of start grabbing these randomly. We've done one tub of these in the past, so some of these may be similar brands to, probably a year ago when we did some of these. But we'll start checking them out, see what we've got, and check out some of these different companies that were all Kansas-based. One-pound grease cans. One-pound grease cans are always a great can because they are a good size, easy to display. We're going to start off with a couple from Wichita. Now these cans, when we look at the cans themselves, pretty much the same thing. Let's go ahead and flip this thing around so we can take a little bit better look at just strictly the cans as we dig them out. So when we hold up these two cans, they look basically similar. They both say grease, same graphics, same colors, same layout. However, different companies. Security Oil and Universal Motor Oil. Both Wichita-based companies. Same can, just different printing on the can. These one-pound grease cans, like I said, I like them because they're a nice size. They're easy to display. Smaller than a quart. Hey, there's Jim. 4.5 inches high. 3 1/4 in diameter. Just a nice size. Big Rig Brett, he's local tonight. Jeff from Ottawa's here. And another one as well. Same thing, another one from Universal. But the exact same can. This one, barium summer, 4-in-1 barium summer, water pump, wheel bearing, but all in the same can, different printing. Couple more 1-pound grease cans. Once again, same can, different company, but another water pump grease from the Derby Oil Company. Now, Derby was a fairly good-sized company. Some of you guys have probably heard of Derby Oil. There again, same can, different grease, different company, exact same can. which is interesting. You know, back in the day, there were so many of these smaller companies out there. And literally, we see 4 cans, 3 completely different companies, and 3 different types of grease, all in the exact same printed style can. So kind of cool that, but there again, you know, there were so many of these smaller oil companies out there that happened. They bought bulk cans, printed their own names on them, and that's what they rolled with. These are probably, I mean, these were just sold as 1 pound grease cans by these companies. Could have been a service station, shops, wherever. Yeah, you had a lot of different grease guns too. Another can that, in fact, we've got some more of these. Speaking along these lines, I've got a few more right over here in another box that we're going to grab. This is also from the Universal Motor Oil Company in a 1 pound grease can, a basic blue can with printing on it. All this is just a blue can with the name printed on it, heavy-duty wheel bearing grease. And I'm going to run right over here and grab some of these others because, once again, same type cans, different printing, different companies. You know, in today's world, the market has become so consolidated with just some huge players in the market, but there are regional oil companies everywhere. A darker blue can from Parker Oil in Wichita, Kansas. A medium blue can from, once again, the Universal Oil Company in Wichita, Kansas. All 1 pound grease cans, all very similar. And one from Derby in a blue can. These are just all blue cans, no graphics, just different printing. That's right, Big Job. Orders bulk cans, print your name on them, put your product in them, send them out the door. So kind of crazy to think that, but there again, there were so many small oil companies out there back in the day that a lot of people don't realize how many there were, and they didn't make specific cans for every single product. Grabbing a few quarts here out of the big tub. Another one from the Universal Motor Oil Company in Wichita, Kansas. Diesel. If I remember correctly, hey, there's John Anderson. I think Universal was actually who did the Silent Chief cans. Are any of you guys, oil can guys, familiar with the Silent Chief cans? I believe that was Universal. I don't know if there's one of those in here. I know there's not one of the original good ones, but they did use Silent Chief for several years. Don't see anything in here that says Silent Chief. But have you guys heard of Silent Chief? Silent Chief, actually, they made a very small run of cans with an Indian in a full headdress, and it was called Silent Chief. It is one of the most desirable cans out there. Like I said, they made a very small run of them. They did use the Silent Chief branding for several years. Pete's never heard of it. Big Job never heard of it. But the Silent Chief can with the full headdress is one of the most desirable quart cans out there. And it was a Universal product out of Wichita. Hey, Buick Man's here. So one of these nights, we probably need to get that Silent Chief can out. I do have one. Dad and I found a box of them in the back of a school bus probably a little over 30 years ago. We found 4 or 5 of them. and we kept one of those. But it, by far, a very, very, very desirable quart, solidly into the four-figure range. But that was a Universal quart. So a lot of people, relate Universal Oil Company with the Silent Chief can. So I was just curious if any of you guys had actually heard of Silent Chief as a brand of oil produced by the Universal Oil Company. So anyway, let's see, what else do we got to check out? I got so many, I got a box of them here, box of them there. What do we got over here? Let's stick with a couple more 1-pound grease cans. One more blue one from Derby. Special bearing grease. Kind of fills out our line of blue grease cans down there. And while we're on grease cans and Universal, how about a Diesel number 3 cup grease to go with our quart? Journeyman Randy here with us. Neil stopping by tonight. Another Universal product, Cano Gold. Metal quart, can of gold motor oil. Really pretty understated, just has the drips of golden oil and can of gold. Big Red here tonight. Haven't seen Big Red in a while. Glad you made it back. Sounds like the rain's kicking off again around here. But we'll catch a few more tonight. This one, I don't think it's a Kansas-based can, but it's in this other box, which most of this box is Kansas, but I love these cans, so we're going to check it out. Off-brand retail stores, Alco motor oil. No, I think Canotex was long gone before Cano Gold came out. Let's take a look at it here in a minute and see. Let's see what this Cano Gold says. It is Universal. A Universal product. Universal Motor Oil, Wichita, Kansas. So this would have been Universal. Canotex did not last all that long. It's been a while, but I can't remember. But Canotex was absorbed, bought out, I think well before that can was ever made. I want to say Canotex was gone by the 30s, somewhere in the mid to late 30s. AA meeting for Alco? Not sure about that. But that Cano Gold, I'm sure, was way newer than Canotex, because I think Canotex was gone mid to late 30s. I've got some Canotex signs. You know, we've got one right over here, right there on the wall. A beautiful 42-inch Canotex. So somewhat familiar with them, but I'm pretty sure that Cano Gold well newer than that. So, okay, so you're right. That's what I was thinking as well, 30s. Yep, so Alco, I love the Kmart cans, the Alco cans, that type of stuff. Who remembers the old green Kmart cans? I've got some of those as well. Those are, I just think they're cool because it takes me back. Ooh, there goes the thunder. You guys hear the thunder? Yeah, sounds like it's about ready to bust loose out there again. Let's catch a few more cans, and then we're better probably wrap things up. So, yep, you guys remember the green Kmart cans? We'll have to get some of those out one of these nights. Let's catch a couple more, then we're getting kind of been running here a while already. How about National Motor Oil? National is a Kansas City, Kansas based company. That's true, Neil. That's a good way to put it. This one is actually a composite, a cardboard can. This one, however, an earlier all metal can from National. They do. They have great colors, so. Yeah, there's some neat stuff, so. Yeah, they did do a good job. Like I said, this is an earlier version of it, being all metal. This a composite. And like we've talked about here on before, I am absolutely not opposed to composite cans. Whoops, come back here if I don't destroy it. Too many cans. These composite cans, cardboard, sealed, wrapped, these things do not hold up. Now, obviously on an all steel can like this, we can lose paint, we can lose color, but the can itself structurally is going to hang in there. They punched the heck out of this one, but structurally, a metal can is still a metal can. These composite cans, I think, are going to be much harder to find because they're just not going to stick around. These literally, with temperature changes, any sort of moisture, these cans will literally just disintegrate sitting on a shelf. So, it's all right. I saved it. It's good. So anyway, there's a sampling of what we've got. Like I said, we've still got more to go. I got a whole nother tub to go. A lot of cool stuff, but shoot, we're already pushing 20 minutes. Crazy how fast this stuff goes when we get into some of this. There's some hearts, all right. Some of you guys are digging the cans. And you do still find some full composites, which isn't always necessarily a good thing. Ooh, we got to check this out, guys. It's on like Donkey Kong back there. They're going after it. Those guys are both kittens, so they're just having a good time. There they go. All right. Side note there, just thought it was kind of funny. But anyway, like I said, but also full composites mean, that can also help lead to disintegration of them too, with the moisture in them and things like that. So, composite cans just aren't going to be around. It's kind of like plastic signs. A lot of people don't want plastic signs. They want old school original porcelain. But the plastic signs are not going to exist. I got 3 Phillips 66 plastics in yesterday. So, I'm not opposed to holding on to those either. Another good point, big job target practice. Thousands of millions of these oil cans were shot up just because they were trash. They were literally thrown away. Nobody cared. But that's what becomes collectible. When you look back and say, man, I used a ton of those things, never saved a single one. That's what makes them cool today. So that's why we collect cans. That's why we dig them. And that's why we're here hanging out, checking out memorabilia every week. Right, guys? So anyway, with that, I better wind things down, get wrapped up, go get some work done yet tonight. Appreciate you guys swinging by, hanging out with us for a bit, checking out some oil cans. We got more of these to go. We'll try to squeeze some more of those in. I got a tub full of toys over there we need to check out and some other memorabilia. We have an absolutely amazing cord piece to check out coming up here within the next few weeks from our good friends at Auburn Cord Duesenberg. And that's true, Pete. The plastic signs do have good colors. You can still buy them fairly reasonably, so that's why I grabbed these Phillips signs. So, exactly, Peter. You know, that's down under, you're even snagging them. You know, and some of the stuff, you know, we've got some plastic GM dealer signs that we really paid up for, but they were local, and we wanted them. And like I said, plastic is not going to hold up. It will get brittle. It will break. Porcelain, you can bury it in the ground for 50 years and dig it up, and it looks just as good as it did when you were buried it. Plastic, that's not going to happen. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go. Thanks for stopping by, spending a little bit of your Tuesday evening with me, checking out some cool memorabilia. Hope you guys enjoyed the cans. We got a lot more of these to go and a ton of other cool stuff coming up. We've got a lot of signs we haven't checked out yet, some cool toys, that tub over there we were just talking about, a whole nother tub of these cans, and a lot of cool things coming up. Tomorrow night, what do we got coming up the rest of this week for content? We've got, a cool coop. Cool coop coming up for some content. I think you guys are going to dig that. I did throw a video up last night, just a public video, kind of a bonus video, on the American Automobile Experience in Kearney, Nebraska. We went there because the James Hetfield cars are there on display, or 6 of them are. So thought we would check that out. I threw that video up tomorrow night. We got that cool coupe coming up, another video coming up Friday night as well. Stay tuned. Those will be coming up. Sunday night, I will probably be on the road the way things are looking. If possible, depending on where I'm at, we may jump on just for a short catch-up episode real quick. It won't be a full episode, but I will post something that day to let you guys kind of have an idea as to what's going on. But as of now, it looks like I will probably be out of town, so we'll try to get on for a bit Sunday night, but it won't be a full episode. It'll be kind of just a short check-in, catch-up type thing. If I find something on the road, we may do a couple auctions. Just depends on how things go when I'm out on the road. You never know. When I'm out on the road, if I hit an antique shop or junk shop or something like that, if I find some stuff, we slide some auctions in on some of those on the road type deals. So if that happens, we may do a couple of those and then just kind of a check-in and see how everybody's going for the week. So anyway, with that, we're going to wind this thing down. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Thanks for hanging out for a bit tonight. Catch the rest of those videos coming up this week, and I'll get a post up as far as what we're going to do Sunday night and see if we can at least jump on for a short bit. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we may see you Sunday night. I'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching.